Welcome back to the night sky. This is Fragile Dreams.
And now, it's time for everyone's favorite video game mechanic. Platforming, I mean, backtracking.
There are some changes here, like these dogs weren't here before, so let's beat the doggy. And,
Beat the other doggy.
Yep.
And the other one. And the other one. Starting to see a pattern in this game.
Yeah. Don't worry. There are more weapons than just, like, these sticks that we hit things with. Not that they're much different, but hey. Different weapons is always nice in a video game. Now, you can do some combo attacks with your stick. Only 3 hits, but there's... If you get the timing right, you can do 3 different attacks. The first one is the lazy one where you just hit it 3 times. The second one is one where you do kind of like a powerful horizontal slash, and the other one's a really powerful vertical slash. And I'll be showing those off later. In this video, actually, but whatever. And I speed it up because backtracking
is really not fun to watch.
Yeah. Going through the area once, not in normal speed, is good enough. Oh, and here's our fourth enemy, because we got the regular jellyfish. Then we have the...
Slightly darker jellyfish.
Yes, we have these, which have more health, and that's it. And then we have the dogs, and then we have the hands. The hands being the worst so far. Because they never show up until you get into the reach, really. Which sucks. Yeah, I do speed this up a little bit because it is kind of monotonous, but I assume that people don't want to watch this in normal speed because it took me a couple minutes. And that's the difference between me and other LPers. I mean, so I'm better.
Most YouTube LPers.
Yeah. Like there, you saw that one of my horizontal slashes turned red. That's the powerful one. One of the timed combos.
I'm not getting sick. Nice surprise.
And I do cut out all of the memory items from this point out, and they'll be in bonus videos. I do recommend watching them, because there's some interesting stories in them. But it's not fun to commentate over, or watch in the regular Let's Play when I have a co-commentator, so...
When basically all I do is either make a really unfunny joke, or just be silent.
Yeah.
Not that I'm doing anything different at the moment, but...
You just touched it and it opened. Good job, Seti.
It's got the magic touch.
Please be ready for whatever lies ahead.
Let your fingers doing the talking.
I am.
Wait, that's a yellow book page. Never mind.
After all, I've got you.
Talking
Yes,
box on my back?
Because you have me.
There's a little bit of codependence there, but that's fine. Still better than Fee. And now we're in a mall.
I guess it makes more sense in this context because Seto's like 14 or probably 10 by anime standards.
This place.
16 or 17, I believe.
Looks 14.
Looks pretty run down now.
And he's extremely sheltered, so it kind of makes sense to give him a little robot partner.
Indeed.
Whereas in Skyward
Seems
Sword,
that way.
Fee was just kind of
Let's
like,
look
oh,
around.
you already kick ass. Well, there's a 30% chance you'll kick more ass. Ooh.
I would like to think that she's doing the finger quotes, but she doesn't have hands. Also, there's a lot of graffiti around this area, and I do take some point notes to show it off, because some of it's kind of cool. Here's the Kiko by Tsuchinoko Sushi. Do you know what Tsuchinoko is, Geek?
Nope.
It's a cryptid, which means it's not real, but it's a mythological creature that looks a lot like a snake. It's like a flat type of snake. So basically they're serving snake there. Yeah, which is fine.
I'm really resisting making a Metal Gear joke about the restaurant. It's too obvious.
That's some weird graffiti, but hey, whatever. Oh yeah, cats all over the place.
I thought that was yours.
Yeah, no, that wasn't mine. They kind of scare me a little bit because they show up in kind of weird places. But they're all friendly. Don't have to worry about them. Run, kitty. There's a dog there. I don't know what type of dog this is. Do you have any idea, Geek?
No. Looks kinda... I don't even know. Although it kinda had the facial structure of this one kind of dog. I think a pug?
It kind of looked like that. So we got the pug things, and then for our next enemy we have...
Laughing things.
We have...
Oh boy, teleporting enemies. Are those just legs?
Yep.
Monster Party, what? What? Monster Party?
They're schoolboy legs.
Are they just healing themselves?
Yes, they heal themselves when they walk towards you.
Oh boy, this is the best enemy.
They're pretty easy once you get your pattern down. But yeah, they are obnoxious at times.
Like right now.
Yeah, especially when you don't have a very good flashlight like the one we have. Spoilers, you can get flashlight upgrades, but... Once you can finally see them walking around and not teleporting and kicking you from behind...
Some crates are surprisingly fragile.
They're not that hard.
And may come apart when struck. Observe. A few blows should do the trick.
You could have just said, maybe you can try seeing if there's something in that box.
Yep. And then we get a tutorial on it after she said that.
Hey, there was something inside.
Who knew? Other than PF.
Wow, that's amazing. Did you know this key was here?
Huh? No. Well, yes. Actually, I knew all along.
Are you a pathological liar?
That's awesome.
PF.
You know, being with you makes me feel like anything is possible.
Please. It was nothing.
You always do that fake laugh when you lie, Colette. I mean...
Yeah. So we got a cat toy. We can interact with cats. Yes.
Which reminds
Best
me, I need to play
game.
No More Heroes again. So speaking of dogs that need to be hit with sticks...
Why don't you pet your dog with a knife? Speaking of petting dogs with something...
that you don't pet things with.
There we go. There's a lot of doors in here that can't be opened. And I just wanted to double check that because I was pretty sure this door opened, but I guess I was wrong.
Like always.
Yeah. And more jellyfish enemies, because jellyfish... Eventually we'll get an item that can take these guys out pretty easily, but right now, we don't have that.
I don't know what you're talking about, Tiff. This looks like the scariest game.
Yeah, floating jellyfish ghosts? Fucking scary.
That you beat in, like, you could just beat up armies of them at the same time with a stick.
Yeah, they rarely
So terrifying.
attack. There's some posters for some high school festival. And a cat riding a shark. Seems about right. Oh, let's play with this cat. But first we have to go and equip our cat toy as our weapon. And no, you can't actually fight with it.
Aw, you could kill enemies with the dart gun and deadly premonition.
You could. There you go. Kitty action. But it's blocked by Seto because the camera center's behind him. Actually, if you do it again, it doesn't go into that little cutscene thing, so you can watch it. It's a little bit dark here, but I showed it off. The cat will jump after the cat toy like cats do. It's a little Easter egg. It has no purpose, but it's cool. I'm glad they put it in. Although if you don't realize that the cat toys don't do anything, you might be kind of confused. And try to make you might go backtrack and get all the cats that you missed.
Which, if this is on the PS3 or Xbox, would probably count as an achievement for some reason.
I'm so glad they don't have achievements for Wii games.
Because otherwise you totally would do that.
Feel free to
Yeah,
ask,
probably.
should you ever have any need for
I usually
my
try to get most
services.
achievements for games I like, which kind of makes me hate the games a little bit. Because some of them are pretty damn stupid. Also, you can buy cat toys here, and that's what I was talking about earlier. If you didn't realize that, you might buy a whole bunch of cat toys. Even though they don't break.
See you again.
I don't believe they break anyway. Might be wrong.
Maybe it's in case you accidentally dump the one you get.
Sell it or something like that, yeah. But yeah, so let's shove all this stuff into our briefcase. And now that we look at our map of Seto's, really, he's quite a cartographer here, but we now have a kitty icon.
Because why wouldn't we?
I don't know. That teddy bear is kind of frightening in a very dark mall that's kind of decrepit and has ghosts in it. Also, the name of this pharmacy is Healthy Pharmacy.
Look, as long as that bear doesn't start making bear-related puns, I'm cool.
Also, there's a face on the wall to the left. I didn't take a good look at it, but that kind of scared me the first time I played through it. I'm a wuss, I'll take it.
This is why we'll never have
Look at
a
these
live
huge
Let's Play
doodles
with
on the
you and
floor.
Silent Hill.
I wonder if that girl's
Turning
behind
something
me.
out of PewDiePie.
That girl.
I'm not going to
Do
do
you mean
that,
the silver-haired girl?
ever.
Yeah.
Probably more because
She
live
had the
Let's
most
Plays are
beautiful
stupid and
voice.
terrible.
I could
Most
not
of the time.
evaluate her
Or
singing,
blind Let's Plays,
but her
sorry.
drawing skills
Well, blind
are
Let's Plays, yes,
substandard.
but I mean, some people are really good at live
Hey,
commentary, but it's
that's not a
harder
nice
to
thing
pull
to
off
say.
in post.
But it could
But
be
anyway,
more
PF
enjoyable
is kind
speaking
of
with me than
making
with
fun
that
of
girl.
the white-haired girl, and Seto is getting
What'd you
angry at
say?
her.
Nothing at all.
Since we talked over that. Not a very good drawer.
Not that anyone in this game who's still alive is, evidently. It's like the ghost just went. It's like the ghost just went for all the artists immediately.
They have the weakest constitutions, according to history.
Pitch black in here. I hope we'll be all right.
We will be fine. After all, I am with you.
Yeah, you're right.
Right, and you're going to protect me from ghosts how?
You found that key under the crate, too.
You are a box.
Precisely. We will be fine together.
Yeah,
Allow me to foreshadow
We're
even
together.
further that I knew
Yes.
something all along.
Oh, what's that? There's a little not hints on the wall, but
Notes?
notes, yeah. No smoking. Right next to sweetness is kindness or whatever.
Neatness?
Yeah, right there. Which is kind of a bad thing to put in this really kind of crowded and...
Middle of nowhere room? Looks like a storage room.
Yeah, it's the labyrinth of the game. It's not that big, but it's one. It is kind of a labyrinth.
kind of.
Hopefully you remembered from before that you could break the boxes, otherwise you're fucked. But thankfully we don't have the intelligence of an 8-year-old. Awesome.
Although this game assumes we do.
Azabutai Station Mall. There's a door there, but we can't enter it, so we're probably gonna have to go through that door. Also, there's a Christmas tree here. This might be useful to note for later. But we'll leave that there. Back there in that corner there is actually another memory item that I missed, but I go back for after I get through this room. So I'll just show it off where it is, just after I get past this part.
And hands.
If you find a narrow place, it's fairly likely there's going to be an enemy, usually hands, in it. Not all the time, but it is probably a good idea to note that there is something scary there for you. I put scary in scare quotes, but
I kind of said that at the same time.
And we got through the room, wasn't that bad?
Look, there are more drawings here. Are those supposed to be crows? They're kind of cute.
They look unnatural to me.
Never
think
mind,
so?
I like this game.
I think they're cute.
No, they're scary.
This is why I like PF.
What is so amusing? Do you find that funny?
No. It's
I like to imagine
Never
that
mind.
the little X
I
shape
see.
on
In any
PF
case,
is actually a hatch,
It
and
is
if you
clear
look
that this
inside, you'll
space
find the
was
skeleton
inhabited
of
by
Mew.
someone not too long ago. These
So that's all I
markings
can
are
think of now that
strikingly fresh.
I figured out who the voice actor is.
She might
Yeah,
not be that far from here.
Yes.
the voice actor being unnamed lady who apparently has never been credited for anything. Which is a shame because she's actually decent. She did really good in Tales of the Abyss. Also, I had to go back through the hallway because I had to get that game cartridge and I broke my weapon.
What game cartridge? What?
It's a memory item.
Oh.
Like I said, it'll also be posted in another video, but I will be showing off where to get them all. That's that. And now I have to go buy a new weapon because I didn't keep my stick from earlier.
Splendid surprise.
So let's buy another bamboo sword because fucking shit. I hate spending money in games, but sometimes you have to.
With me, it kind of depends on the game.
In RPGs, I usually don't upgrade my characters until, like, a really important dungeon or something. Also, thank you, Wall, for getting in my way.
Seto's confused about the difference between a wall and a dog that is actively trying to murder him.
Yep. Nothing over here. I do like kind of like the clutter in this game, though. It's kind of just fun to look at. But I'm easily amused, so leave me alone.
Just how everything looks, well, like you said, cluttered.
It looks like people were actually here. Some posters. None of these actually... Yeah. None of these actually mean anything. I looked up some of them and none of them are actually things.
Maybe they're just Japanese puns that we don't get.
It could be. They might be translated incorrectly as well. It's not... Yeah, it's not really... Some of these things aren't really clearly translated. And I wish they translated the maps, because look at this shit. I don't...
You are here, and the rest of the stuff is just a station. Deal with it.
Later on you'll see a map that's a little bit more comprehensive, but it's still all in Japanese, so you have to read everything on it, you need to hover over every bits of Japanese text. And it's kind of annoying. But anyway, let's continue exploring this mall. Bunch of shutters for shops. And, well, why not visit a side room? Oh no, more ghostly jellyfish. Whatever will he do other than hit it with a stick?
Again.
I'm pretty sure I screwed this up, but maybe I'm a liar. Maybe I'm a lazy editor. I don't know.
Maybe you're both.
I don't believe there's a lot of enemies here. Oh, true.
Even if there was, they're just giant jellyfish. They're not... They're like the least threatening undead I've ever seen.
Yeah. I thought you'd say something to that effect. Don't worry, it gets a little bit weirder later on. I thought the kid...
I don't even mean the fact... I don't even mean the fact that they're ghost jellyfish. I just mean the fact that they just kind of hover around you for 5 minutes while you beat them with a stick.
Yeah. They don't attack very often. Plus they're pitifully easy and really easy to grind once you get a certain type of weapon. But... oh. That sound is indicative of... indicative? Of... ghost legs. No, I'll admit, these things kind of scare me. The first time.
Maybe it's just me, but I'm just jaded towards... children, disembodied children, child laughter.
Well, it's like the here I come. The here I come part is kind of... I don't know. And my weapon broke again. Best bamboo stick ever. Bamboo sword. So once you get a full inventory, you need to play Resident Evil and try to shove everything into the 3x4 grid you have for an inventory. That's fun.
Didn't you actually have a lot of space in the Resident Evil 4 briefcase?
Yes, you did.
Still need to play that game.
Me too. I haven't played it either, but I've seen enough bad LPs of it.
It's like one of the only 4 horror games I'm interested in.
And also there's an item there that I can't get, even in first-person mode. So I speed this up since it's backtracking again.
There's some reason you can't get it? Is it just where it dropped, because it dropped from the enemy?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think it was just a... It wasn't like a memory item, so it might have been just a food ration, or whatever these things. So water, good healing item. We also got some instant food stuff.
My question is, where does he cook the instant food? Or does he just eat it raw?
Yeah, the merchant didn't show up, so I'm stuck with a broken weapon.
Does a broken weapon even do anything?
You can only get one-hit combos with it. And it does your base damage plus 2. Your base damage is affected of what level you are. I think I'm like 9 or 8 or whatever by this point.
That was kind of pathetic, that fight right there.
Mm-hmm. Another shutter that won't budge, like everything around here. But thankfully, this dog was guarding a stick, and now I have a weapon.
Beat up a dog to steal its stick, you bastard.
Yeah. Too bad you don't get bones. Although, knowing Japanese games, they'd probably be human bones that you fight with. Which would actually be pretty cool, but whatever.
Sharpened femur.
Now, what's this? Uh-oh. I get tutorial just because they're afraid? Okay.
They're afraid that you won't figure it out?
Yeah. So that's a cracked floor, and you have to be careful while walking across it. In other words, don't run across it. You can crouch across these ones. These are just the regular cracked floors. The other one that we saw was a very cracked floor, which you can't even crouch upon.
Do they just instantly fall? No matter what you do, they just collapse under you?
Nope, you have to just take it even slower than these.
So you have to crouch and move slowly?
You can do it, both of them standing up, but you just have to move slower than you would be if you were going full pace at crouching. If that makes sense.
Kind of reminds me of that. Kind of reminds me of that one level in Batman Arkham City, only it sounds even worse.
It's not that bad. There's not many of these things in the game.
So far the biggest challenge of this game seems like it being a memory test. Remember that you can break boxes. Remember that you can crouch over cracked floors.
Yeah. But it slowly becomes a pretty difficult game with combat. Mainly because the controls in this game, let's just say they aren't very good.
Wasn't there another pseudo-horror RPG on the Wii that was supposed to be really hard? What was it called? I forgot.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Kinda wish you did know, though. Is it an anime game?
Yeah, it was something from Japan. It might have been published by Atlas. To look at that later. Then you can just, like, I don't know, throw in an annotation or something.
I'll Google that.
Said might have been, I don't really remember. Baroque, that's what it was called.
Oh, I've heard that was actually a really bad game. I didn't know it was like this, though.
I just remember seeing a trailer and it looked like it was... Yeah, it looked pretty bad. But it did look kind of like this. Heard it was also stupidly difficult, too. But then that was a YouTube comment saying that, so probably it was actually really easy.
Yeah, probably.
Unless somebody in these comments wants to correct us on that.
I don't know. It's a pretty cheap game, I might check it out sometime. I go to Amazon and read the reviews, and it had, like, really bad reviews, so I was like, okay, I'm probably not going to buy this unless I find it in a pawn shop for, like, $3. But this is one game that I bought at, like, $30 price, so good job, Fragile Dreams. And I thought it was a good buy, too. But anyway, the puzzle here was finding another key. Like any horror game. At least we aren't solving bullshit puzzles.
Starting to see a pattern here with this game. Go through a place, find a locked door, fight 3 armies of enemies with a stick. Only unlike iCo, it's just even more busy work than iCo. Then
Fall through the floor.
Then backtrack, find a key.
And here's how you take the very cracked floors. This is fun.
Yeah, I had to do this at one part in Batman Arkham City, too. And it wasn't fun there, either. In fact, it was really annoying, because you had to go to, like, one room, then you thought there was nothing in there, so you went to the other room, then you realized there was something in the other room, so you had to go all the way back.
Mm-hmm. But now, things are kind of getting better, because we're not being slammed with PF speeches all the time right now.
True.
Wow,
There's a
very
save point.
cool.
Maybe you should save.
Yeah. And I do need to buy a new weapon. And here's a new type of weapon, the butterfly net. These are the series of long weapons that are kind of like the AoE weapons, I guess you would call. These are really nice for taking out things like the jellyfish. And they're probably my favorite weapon type in the game. Okay, they're staff weapons, not long weapons. My bad.
Can I just point out it's kind of funny how they're butterfly nets, because I was just thinking about Animal Crossing earlier for some reason.
Whenever I hear about butterfly nets, I automatically go back to Link to the Past and how you beat a boss by fucking reflecting balls at him with your butterfly net.
This place appears to be much older than the mall we were just in.
I don't know, it all looks pretty shitty to me.
I sense...
What is it?
Nothing.
It will just get us both the killed.
From within, I'm picking up hostile readings. Be very careful.
Be very careful. In other words, let's go try to read some posters on the wall. I thought I was going to do that. Never mind. Let's check out this door that's kind of slanted. Something must have dented that pretty hard. Probably an earthquake. Can't read these posters, but I think they're the same ones we've seen before. I was like...
Probably, but with this localization, who knows?
Okay, I am here.
Yes, yes, you are indeed here.
Alright. Finally, for the last leg of the mall.
And more dogs.
I gotta wonder how much Namco Bandai hates dogs.
Namco Bandai hates everyone, are you kidding?
Oh, good point.
You played Tales of Graces, you know that this is true.
Yeah. I know. I hope Tales of Zillia doesn't suck, but it will. Because I lost all hope for that developer. Do I want to go down this path? I'm second guessing myself. Oh, a group of 3 dogs. This is almost as menacing as the group of... Oh, he hit me. Okay, never mind. These guys are pretty menacing.
Yeah, he took off like a tiny bit of your slowly getting longer health bar.
Yeah.
And somehow healed 2 hit points out of the 50 that you're constantly doing to him. What's that, 30? I can't read.
That's 30. It's also the preview video, so it looks pretty shitty.
Or I just can't read.
Well, you are from the south.
Oh, I'm not. God damn it.
More ghost jellyfish. Guess I'll ignore them. Because it's pretty easy to run past the enemies in this game. You could speedrun this if you wanted to. You don't have to fight many enemies in this game. The problem with that, though, is that some of the bosses are actually hard. And yes, there are bosses in this game.
Other than ones that ask you to play hide and seek?
Yes. Ones that actually have combat.
Amazing.
Yep. Hotel staff only. Apparently there's a hotel. Maybe that'll come up again, who knows? But anyway, let's go towards probably the saddest moment in this game.
Please hurry. I am nearing the limit of my functional capacity.
Functional capacity?
For now. For now I am alright. Now hurry.
Basically, she's running out of batteries, you dunce.
Okay.
Yep. Alright, so what's going to be fun for this next part? Well, how about some rooms with some jellyfish? I gotta think the developers are doing this to troll us. Uh-oh, this one's gonna attack me. Get ready. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, there we go.
Wow, that was a close one. This game is so scary.
Don't be PewDiePie. The problem is he's probably going to LP this at one point.
Yeah, but no one really cares. Okay, sorry, let me rephrase that. Nobody who matters cares.
Yeah. Now these guys, on the other hand, are kind of difficult to avoid if you can't actually see them. Like, they just teleport you and kick you, which is bullshit. But as soon as you get them in your flashlight...
Looking at your health bar and the amount of healing items you probably have by this point, it looks more annoying than challenging.
It gets harder. Quite a bit harder, actually.
I like how this LP so far has been, it gets better, I swear. It gets harder, I swear.
I knew this was going to happen. There's some water here, but let me allow me to organize my inventory. Ooh, and a campfire just when we need it. One good thing about this game is that, really, there's usually a save point pretty close to you. So you shouldn't worry too much, but you should save every so often, especially in later parts of the game, when the enemies become total bullshit instead of just a little bit of bullshit.
So instead of mildly inconveniencing you, they actually harm you. The controls do not work properly, evidently.
That ladder ahead should return us to the surface.
But it's too bad we never found that girl down here.
Her drawing sucked anyway. Why would you want that person around?
I suppose I was not of much assistance to you then.
What?
But you told me where all the save
Come on,
points
don't
were.
say that. Really, you were a huge help. A lifesaver.
Well, if you really mean that, then I am relieved.
Hey, what's the matter?
Warning, battery low.
Huh?
Nailed it.
Wait, what battery?
Warning, battery
It's a
low.
box, you moron. It's a talking
What's
box.
happening? What should I do?
Warning, battery low.
What am I supposed to
So-
do? Tell me!
Battery has
You mean
been
this is sad?
depleted.
You mean this is sad as in BF stops talking, or do you mean this is sad as in he doesn't know what a
Seems our
battery
journey
is?
together must come to an end here. I am terribly sorry.
I just think of Tyr when this is happening, and I can't stop myself.
Why?
It's sad.
This time, please don't speak. Let me talk.
Like usual?
You know,
Sorry, I couldn't help myself there.
I always love talking more than anything.
No kidding.
You're a box. It's the only thing you can do.
Unfortunately, the battery I
True
run
point.
on has become completely depleted.
Well, you're
Yes.
still talking.
Will be our last conversation.
Unless he, finds another battery.
If you had not come along when you did,
Spoilers, that
I
doesn't
would have
happen.
malfunctioned in that decrepit station, all alone.
Huh.
Our time together may have been short,
So yes, they kill off a
but I'm
side
glad I
character.
got to spend it with you. Oh no, I have only 37 seconds.
By the way,
left
this
until
is timed
complete
correctly,
termination
too.
of operation.
Just so you know.
There is still so much I wish to talk to you about. But you must let me tell you one last thing.
You see, Seto, a TV is...
When all is said and done, I'm glad to have met you.
For all 5 minutes,
Seeing the
I
dawn
knew you.
together, and those unusual
About an
drawings.
hour.
Fair enough.
Oh, and your name. I never asked you what your name is.
Are you still alive? Are you working?
Thank you.
Oh, there. I loved my robot girlfriend.
Seto.
Sorry, I'm running this cutscene,
My name is
but I really
Seto.
do like this cutscene and this game. Sorry.
This is what the cut version is for.
Yes. I recommend everybody watch that version instead. If I really do. So we took one of her screws as a memento. I said her, but it's a well, whatever. Figure of speech.
It has a female voice.
Let's take a look back at her journey while we bury dirt on her.
I was about to ask why he's crying over something that he knew for an hour, but then it's probably the only friend he's ever had.
Yep, pretty much.
I had a dream
Not joking.
that a familiar voice was calling me.
It was Yuri
As I walked
Lowenthal.
along, it spoke
Seriously,
to me.
they're in whenever Johnny Youngbosh is in a game, Yuri
Sometimes
Lowenthal is
we're-
also in the game. You ever notice that?
Funny thing, Yuri
Sometimes
Lowenthal isn't actually in this game.
We watched the red sky
Nailed it.
full of clouds, caught up in the summer wind. The little time we spent together shone brilliantly
It was a pretty dark
like a light
mall,
in
dude.
those darkened days of the past. I know that no matter how badly I wish to see you again, that can never be.
Okay, this is a little bit over the top, but
Those who live
still,
must continue to live.
I liked PF.
Those who are dead will only continue to stay dead in the cold,
No, really?
hard earth.
That or they live on your back and in your heart.
Yeah, pretty much.
Although in this case, I guess, not on your back.
But I still really like that cutscene, no matter how a little bit overdone it was, okay? Goddamn. Don't give me shit for this. I like this game. It's a good game. In some places. So, that's episode
I do
3.
admit, PF being kind of an asshole to the girl she hasn't met was kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep those memories along with us while we continue our journey all alone. Or will we continue our journey all alone?
Well, considering how unscary this game has been, I doubt it.
Well, maybe we'll meet a little crow that will give us some information next episode.
A crow that is so poorly drawn, it's terrifying.